brainy like Fern here.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 classic SNL sketches that broke the whole cast.
At this point during the soak, my lover and I usually crave spiced meats. We always...
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable segments from the golden age of Saturday Night Live, aka that aired in or before 2005, that were so hilarious, some or all of the cast involved in them couldn't help but laugh. Which classic SNL sketch would be hardest for you to sit through without laughing? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. The Barry Gibb Talk Show, Bee Gees Singers. Jimmy Fallon had a bit of a reputation for breaking during sketches, so when the shoe was on the other foot, it was truly a sight to behold.
Robin, do you have anything to add? Nah. Nah, done. Nothing at all.
In this sketch featuring Justin Timberlake, the two comedians host a parody talk show as Bee Gees brothers Barry and Robin Gibb. Fallon's portrayal of Barry as a snappy presenter who constantly interjected falsetto into his sentences is loved by viewers and Timberlake alike. Indeed, the latter can't help but keep looking down throughout in an attempt to hide his laughter, which makes the whole thing even funnier.
I grew up on the streets of Sydney. And no matter where I am in the studio, I'm never more than 5 seconds away from a god.
Timberlake isn't the only one breaking, though. Other cast members, such as Horatio Sands, struggle to keep it fully together. We can't say we blame them.
I put this whole show together. I'm Barry Gibb. I will put you in the ground. I'll put you in the ground. I'll put you in the ground. Yeah. Put you in the ground. Yeah.
Number 9. Zagat's with Hank and Beverly Gelfand, Anniversary. In this sketch, Chris Farley and Adam Sandler play an elderly married couple with a review show, which is already a recipe for hilarity.
Dear God, here we go.
Sandler looks like he's trying to conceal a smile early on, and when Farley suddenly leans over and touches him, it's basically over. He has to take a few moments to stifle his laughter before continuing.
Give me cancer now, God!
At one point, both actors make eye contact and let out a little chuckle. By the end, the duo and host David Duchovny fully lean into the silly behavior, even touching Sandler, who's trying so hard to keep a straight face. Considering Farley and Sandler left SNL after this episode, we'd say the breaking here was deserved.
Mardi Gras, every night you'll dance the delight. Oh, that rhymes. That rhymes, doesn't it, Hank? Come here.
Number 8. The Leatherman. Sometimes, even if the concept for a sketch isn't the strongest, the execution ends up making it hilarious. Here, Jimmy Fallon plays the owner of a leather store, with Horatio Sands portraying his employee.
Choo-choo, this fine lady would like to try on a pair of Rattler capris.
If you're thinking leather equals squeaking noises, you'd be right, and there's plenty of that. But it's Sands' physical comedy that immediately steals the show. Fallon even interrupts a line to laugh, all while the late Brittany Murphy does her best to remain in character.
Always treat the customers with... Makes no sense, really. Always treat the customers with dignity.
The more the intensity ramps up, the more the actors break. The guys even take a moment to laugh together, which the crowd finds hilarious. Seeing how much fun they're having certainly helps breathe life into the segment.
Now get back to work. Good whip. I knew it was.
Number 7. Short Shorts for the USA. After the tragedy in September 2001, patriotism was at an all-time high. Saturday Night Live decided to embrace this in the funniest way possible by having Will Ferrell wear a barely there USA-themed outfit.
Hey, sorry I'm late, gang. Traffic on the Jensen overchange is just nuts.
As soon as he walks in, the cast looks genuinely shocked, and it's hard to tell who's acting and whose reaction is real. Ferrell goes full camp, even posing with his legs spread as his co-stars do their best to hide their laughter.
What I'm afraid is going to happen is that we're going to find ourselves in a scenario where layoffs will be needed in certain areas, but in a new round of hirings we'll be needed another. You know, I mean, That's my 2 cents.
At one point, many turn away from the camera in order to conceal their true reactions, although some can't help but giggle openly. It was a much-needed moment of levity during such a dark time. Number 6. Dr. BEAMAN'S office. Test results. This moment proves that even comedy greats can break while live.
We'll let it slide. But just this once.
In this sketch, centered around Will Ferrell as snarky Dr. Beaman, the titular character tries to have a colleague, Dr. Poop, provide guidance regarding a poor diagnosis. When the latter character, played by Tim Meadows, enters, he is unhelpful, to say the least.
I'm sorry, there's absolutely nothing I can do for your son, but I can do the robot. That'll be $5,000. Good day to you both.
Molly Shannon is the first to break, disguising it as shock. Then Ferrell himself breaks character during one of the biggest punchlines.
The truth is, we misplaced your baby.
There's no real going back afterwards, and Shannon just openly loses it. The moment, combined with Meadows' still relevant joke, has helped this sketch stand the test of time. Number 5. The LOVE-AHS with Barbara and Dave. This epic sketch has it all. Rachel Dratch and Will Ferrell playing a campy yet cringy couple, Drew Barrymore, and one of the most recognizable cast breaks in the show's history. The concept, wherein Dratch and Ferrell's characters try to set Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon's characters on a date, is already funny. But having the whole thing set in a hot tub only adds to the hilarity.
David.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, Fallon is the first to lose his composure, with Barrymore and Dratch following soon after. Even Ferrell isn't immune to a giggle fit, and we're right there with him.
Was it in our minds? We don't know.
The funniest part of all is that Ferrell once revealed that he always went into this recurring segment with the goal to make Jimmy Fallon crack. Mission accomplished.
That's unbelievable.
Number 4. Extremely stupid. Actors breaking while live has been part of the show since the very beginning. One of the first instances occurred back in season 2 during a parody PSA supporting people's right to be stupid.
But seriously, the very English language itself is discriminatory against extremely stupid people.
In the sketch, Candice Bergen is Fern, a composed, intelligent woman. Gilda Radner is her friend Lisa, who's, well, not the brightest. But the tables turn when Bergen calls Radner's character by the wrong name.
You're not too bright, are you, Fern? I mean, whatever your name was.
Needless to say, the former doesn't keep a straight face amid that flub. The hilarity continues when Radner effortlessly carries on, smiling wildly and even alluding to the break in an apparent moment of improv genius.
Extremely stupid people are discriminated against all the time. And I should know, and so should Fern, because we are extremely stupid people.
We're in awe of her ability to stay relatively composed, because we'd be losing it like Bergen. Number 3. Debbie Downer, Disney World. During the debut of Rachel Dratch's most amazing SNL character, Debbie Downer, the jokes and delivery are so absurd that she and the whole cast have no choice but to laugh throughout.
Did you guys hear about that train explosion in North Korea? Media is so sensitive there, so secretive. We may never know how many people perished.
Each gag is punctuated with a sad trombone, which surprises the actors and makes them laugh even harder. At one point, every cast member falls silent as they succumb to the giggles, with Horatio Sands even wiping away tears. The more it escalates, the more everything falls apart in the best way.
I didn't say a word during It's a Small World when you talked about low birth weight, or during the fireworks when you went about feline AIDS.
It's the #1 killer of domestic cats.
Of course, the audience absolutely loves it. After all, we think it's safe to say that a Debbie Downer sketch that doesn't descend into total madness just never quite hits the same.
By the way, it's official. I can't have children.
Number 2. More cowbell. Sometimes, a sketch is like a game of dominoes. Once one person breaks, everyone else ends up following.
I'd be doing myself a disservice and every member of this band if I didn't perform the hell out of this.
More Cowbell hinges on Will Ferrell chaotically playing, you guessed it, the cowbell, and he excels. While Jimmy Fallon is able to keep it together at the drums, his true feelings are exposed after he laughs through his lines.
Don't blow this for us, Gene! Quit being so selfish, Gene.
After that, a chain reaction starts, with most cast members struggling to resist the hilarity of the situation. Only some succeed. Honestly, we get it. It's so hilarious that it's impossible not to at least smile throughout. It's a prime example of how laughter from the cast can elevate a sketch to heights you didn't know possible.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Thank you, Bruce.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Matt Foley, Van Down by the River. Chris Farley knew how to get his co-stars to break, and there's no better example than him playing motivational speaker Matt Foley in Van Down by the River.
Now let's get started by letting me give you a little bit of a scenario of what my life is all about.
In the bit, he's tasked with inspiring teenagers to stay away from illicit substances. He goes on a hilarious rant about how they're basically doomed, infused with impeccable physical comedy.
Now you kids are probably asking yourselves, hey Matt, how can we get back on the right track?
It doesn't take long for both David Spade and Christina Applegate to lose their composure as Farley does his thing. They can try to conceal their reactions, but it's clear what's happening. This isn't one of the most iconic sketches and breaks SNL has seen by accident.
Here's you, here's Matt, there's you, there. Whoops-a-daisy.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.